Hey, what's up everybody? Tim here. So I'm here tonight. I've been putting this video off for a little bit. Don't know why. Just time, I guess. I'm here to make my entry into Robert Zee's The Lottery. If you're not familiar with this concept, it's a big one. The idea is there was a drawing done for a lot of different people who had volunteered to buy a music related gift. It doesn't have to be a vinyl or a CD or anything, but they have to be it does have to be a music related gift. It could be a book or t-shirt, coffee mug, whatever. Then we would participate in the lottery, and whoever wins is going to get a bunch of prizes based off of the drawings that people have. It's a really interesting concept. So I will also put the disclaimer out there that I hold nobody accountable if I do win, that a gift just doesn't make it because somebody failed to participate. It's fun. So the question for the lottery is, if you could resurrect 3 of our fallen comrades in music, who would they be and why? Well, if you've watched my channel more than 12 seconds, you probably figure out who number 1 is. I don't think we really need to discuss this or discuss why. But being fair game, he is my favorite all-time musician of all time. He's been there for me through thick and thin. I've found so many different levels of joy in his music, whether it be through just straight psych freak out tunes, whether it be through protest songs, whether it be through hardcore blues. So my first nomination is Jimi Hendrix. I'd like to get to know him, I'd like to get to meet him, and ultimately hear him play. You may see a theme to this. So my second choice, oh, there's a glare, is Mr. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now, unfortunately, Stevie, like Jimmy, was taken from us way too young. But with Stevie, he had turned a corner. He had faced his demons, and he had a better hope. You know, something a lot of people struggle with. He had given in to his addiction to the point of he knew he needed help, and he sought that help. And once he finally surrendered and worked through what he needed to work through, he probably gave us one of the best albums he could have ever given us, an In Step. And it would be an honor and a pleasure to kind of hear him play one more time, to know that, you know, that his little bit of joy brought so many happiness, that he found his peace, and we're still, a lot of us are still finding it. So you couple those two, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix, together, and you have a hell of a night. But there's a third. There's one more that I'd like to resurrect. Yes, that is Prince. So Prince obviously was probably just as prolific, maybe even more so, than anybody else we've ever known. He was always recording like Jimmy. He was always playing, tinkering with ideas. His vaults themselves probably hold hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of tape that we may or may never see. But you cannot deny the fact that Prince was soulful. He was jazz. He was blues. He was rock. He was R&B. He was so many different facets of music, and he studied it. He interpreted it. He could take these songs and give them new life. He could rearrange them and have them make sense for a big orchestra, or, unfortunately, on the tour that he was when he passed, Prince and a piano. And to have someone taken from us who is that prolific but also that talented makes us wonder what else could there have been. So inviting them, all three of them, Jimmy, Stevie, and Prince, to the table, I think the conversation would be amazing because somebody would break the ice. At this dinner party, someone's going to start talking about music, and someone's going to start reminiscing about songs or what have you. And Jimmy never got a chance to hear Stevie and Prince, two people that were heavily influenced by Jimmy. So through dinner, as the conversations go, somebody is going to pick up something and play. And that's when you hope the night never ends. We've had far too many people taken from us in their prime. We've had far too many people taken from us in surprise. I chose this angle because being a huge Jimmy fan, he touches so many people in different ways. I mean, you think of Prince, and yes, he's an amazing guitar player, but he's also an amazing piano player, songwriter, singer. But he's obviously very heavily influenced by Jimi Hendrix. And I think it's important to remember where, you may not be in the same genre, but you can still be impacted by somebody. These are three of my favorite artists. I have a ton, but if I were to put together a list of top 25, just artists, these three would all be in them. So I think it would be an honor to have them at a dinner party one more time. The other part of this competition, if you will, the lottery, is not just the fact that one person is going to be receiving a lot of gifts. On the honor system, we are going to donate $25 to the winning person's charity. And I thought about it, and there's a lot of different charities that I do support. We do things with animals here. We're animal lovers in this house. Obviously, kids are very important. We have 3. And I've worked with a couple different outfits before. In my prior life, I worked with Make-A-Wish on a couple things, but I also work with St. Jude's. And even though Andy Borders has already nominated them, I also am going to nominate St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I see the great work that they do. I have met people. I have volunteered at Ronald McDonald houses, so I see the struggles these families and these children face when they feel the chips are down. And St. Jude's is a hospital where their outreach is so far and so wide, and they never ask for a dime. The important thing is to figure out a way to heal these kids, to get them back living a life as opposed to living inside 4 walls of a hospital. And there's never a bill. That to me is the ultimate sacrifice of care and compassion. It is 100% run on donation, and I think that I couldn't think of a better place where we need to kind of focus our efforts. They tackle problems for every type of child from any walk of life, no matter the cause. So I would request that if I win, please make your donation to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I hope everybody finds themselves well this holiday season. It's a tough one. We have a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of uncertainties. But one thing's for certain, that we are all cut from the same cloth, and that we are human. And compassion and things like that should be all part of our daily lives. Sometimes it's not. But if we take a step back and think about the things that bring us joy and spread that joy with others, maybe we can make the world a better place. Hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. I'm filming this a few days before Thanksgiving, so if you watch this before, have a great Thanksgiving. And if you watch it after, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Everybody take care. Peace.